Howdy homies, it is James Finnerty here with Rewind Electric. Got my drink, got my robot, and we're about to open up. What did you think I was gonna say? Some mail? Well, you're right. Got some mail here. Let's see. And got my old box cutter here, X-Acto knife. So there's another large package too, but it doesn't fit on the desk. This one has a dog on it, and it says, "Wow." All right, well, let's go, wow dog. What do we have in here? Try to open these without showing all the tracking info. Jack's Guitarology. There we go. All right. Jax, thank you for the deal on these here genuine late 60s or early 70s DAC-aware knobs, which are accurate for these kind of guys here, Electro-Harmonix pedals. So that's nice. We'll just put those there. Okay, we got another one. This one says, do not open this box with knife or cutter. Well, it's not a box, so I guess I'm all right. Huh? Okay. I opened that with a laser, by the way. You just didn't see it on camera. That's how fast it was. What are these? Aha! Yes. These are non-polarized electrolytics. And why would you have a non-polarized electrolytic? Well, because at least back in the day, if you wanted something that was a certain value of capacitance, so a big enough capacitance and a small enough physical size, you had to resort to an electrolytic. But what if you were putting this in, say, a speaker crossover, which is where these are really popular? Well, you don't have a polarized signal there. You've got AC. So they made non-polarized electrolytics for that use. Where these are going is into a I think it was one of these. It was either one of these electric mistresses or my Badstone that used a non-polarized 2.2 microfarad electrolytic. Now, it is entirely possible that in that circuit it was just non-polarized because that's what EHX got cheap at the time, and it didn't have to be. But you know, to be correct, I'm doing that. Non-polar. And speaking of those, I have here another piece of mail. I already opened this one up. Don't give me any grief now. Some more. Here's some more vintage non-polarized electrolytic capacitors. These are not something that you can buy presently made today, so I got these two along with another one for some new old stock options, and I'll go through and I'll test them. I also got my order of caps that are made today from Mauser, and these are for, and they're separated here, we'll see, this is for the 1977 Badstone, the Deluxe Electric Mistress. I'm looking forward to doing another calibration on that one because the last calibration video wasn't great, and I've since got a new signal generator. Sorry, they call them a waveform generator. This is for the Canadian and Poolesville Electric Mistresses, which you'll see here, Poolesville, Canada. And the ADA flanger. So, pardon me. I will be going through and servicing those shortly, but not yetly. Okay, and got another little piece of mail here, and this one's got shipping labels on both sides, so I'm going to open it up off camera over here with my laser again, not a knife or blade, but a laser. Okay, and here we go. These are, I don't remember which these are for. These are some Jupiter Cosmos electrolytics, 33 microfarads at 50 volts. That was a value that and axial, that I had trouble finding for something. One of those pieces that I just mentioned, and I don't remember what, which is a little bit of a problem. But when I come across it, I'll know it. So I had to get those from CE Distribution. And these are tiny little alpha pots with legs for mounting in a PC board, PCB. And they are to replace the that depth pot that had a broken shaft on the ADA flanging. I got 2 of them because, well, it's nice to have 2 because then you can pick what value you use. But I also got 2 of them because the pot's not broken, only the shaft, but it's a different brand and era and country of manufacture. So it's probably unlikely that I can take the shaft out of the new one and use it in the old one, but it's not impossible. It is possible that might be the case. Okay, got one more piece of mail here. So if I can reuse that original pot and just replace the shaft, I will. This package is happy to see you. Okay. Well, at the moment, I'm happy to see it too, but let's see how well it was packed, because this was shipped ground advantage. Guys, do not ship anything that you care about or to a person you care about ground advantage. That is the new shipping service by USPS for people who felt that first class mail was too high end of a service and too expensive. So it's a way that you can ship larger packages for something slower and worse service than first class mail. With no guaranteed deliveries or tracking. Tracking updates are slow. These things circle around the country, just going in whatever, containers most convenient. Okay. All right, I'm gonna just set that there for a second. Make sure there's nothing else in here. It doesn't look like it. Okay. All right. Look at this here. What is that? Oh man, we're doing that thing with the EHX pedals where they won't focus because they're shiny. I hate that game. Can we lock the focus on something? Will it work? Yeah, okay. So, hey, look at that. It's another ram's head. We can just set that here. Now look at that. But what's up with those knobs? Well, they're not the right knobs. Well, that's too bad I don't have any vintage Electro-Harmonix knobs. Don't you love it when the mail comes in together like that and it all just works out? That is pretty sweet, really. I mean, let's just fix that right now. Now, they're not reactor tower knobs like these, but very few pedals had those. Ugh. Tiny little Allen screws there. Let's see. What do we have for getting those out? Metal shaft pots. Okay, now I'm starting to get sketched out. There should not be metal shaft pots here, should there? I don't think so. Why is this one stuck? All right, there's a lot of weird things happening here. These should be plastic D shaft pots. Okay, I'm gonna move this back, make a little more room. I'm starting to have concerns here. I don't think there's any way that those could possibly be the right pots. And that's why the knobs were wrong. So, what are we in for here? Okay. Moment of heartbreak, I'm afraid. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's messed up. Is this even the same one I bought? Like, look at this. These pots have been replaced on here. Every one of them changed. Oh boy. Weird little battery holder here. I mean, it's interesting. Sure is weird. Okay. Let's continue on with this. I'd like to have a look at the photos and see if this was at all visible. It was definitely not plainly visible. There weren't a lot of photos, so I didn't really get to see much, but I asked for inside photos and I got them, and I got, you know, basically like this. And if you look, it looks like they're all present and accounted for there. And then I got a photo from this angle, but it was a close-up, and you know, something like roughly like that. And then, and that's fine, because I did ask about the internal components and the transistors, and something like that. Yeah, like that, like showing the insides. And that's helpful, but it obviously covered up those knobs. I don't know if that was intentional or not. I mean, I knew these were set screw knobs. Obviously, I knew the knobs were wrong, but you could have put these on a D shaft pot. But you can't put these onto a round shaft pot because there's no slice. It won't go on. There's no flat portion on this. And that's why the original knobs are gone, obviously, because somebody changed out the pots. So, all right. I'm more than a little annoyed, but let's proceed with checking this out. Let's fire up the amp. Let's give it a listen. At this point, I'm hoping it doesn't work. No, I'm not. That'd be bad if it didn't work, because then I would be inclined to try and fix it. Just, you know, by the nature of me, but I'm not going to do that. If it doesn't work, this thing's just like going straight back. And it might be already. It might be going straight back anyway, just being honest. Those pots are impossible to find. You can't just replace it with a new old stock pot. And that's why these mangled up, hacked in pots are there, because you can't do it. You can't find the originals. And somebody should have rebuilt the originals, but they didn't. Well, I mean, you can't fault it for sound. It sounds pretty nice. It almost sounds too good. Now I want to look in here and see if it's modded, because the stock Big Muff is usually a lot woolier than this. How's the cleanup? Not great. starts out with that volume up all the way. You gotta really take it down. Let's try it into one of these. I think we're gonna go with Poolsville. Oh, it's stuck. There we go. Are the jacks replaced? Pfft, they are. I could tell by the feel. Okay. As this continues to upset me with less original parts every time I look at it, let's hear this one. Okay, cranked up. And that was up all the way. Yeah, okay. So, same settings. let's go back to, we'll call this one Shady, because it's starting to look that way. You know, you guys are watching me as I think this through, and I'm playing it, and I'm trying to make a nice video, but it's bothering me. It pisses me off. I'm just going to be honest. And I'm thinking, this is live here. This looks familiar. I've been watching these for a while. Obviously, I've been buying several vintage Big Muffs over the last few months, and you guys have watched me do it here on this channel. I think Long Island Sound had this previously. I do remember seeing a listing for one with this white wiring. I don't know if it had that battery sleeve in it. Maybe not. You know, so this could just be coincidence. But, you know, Long Island Sound is... I don't know what their deal is. They're always selling pedals that have a lot of parts replaced. I'm not sure what's going on there. Maybe they're taking the good parts out for themselves. You know, maybe they're like restoring one pedal by taking parts out of another. And I've done that, you know, and then selling them. So I don't know. But they seem to always have vintage pedals with a lot of new parts in them. I wonder if this came from there. I wonder if... I remember seeing a ram's head that had that white wiring that was sold as having all three pots and both jacks replaced and the battery clip. Does it have a new battery clip? Well, I couldn't tell you. Probably. We'll look at that in a little bit. So here's the thing. I'm no dummy. If I go on Reverb and I find this pedal sold by Long Island Sound or anybody else, and it had all that stuff listed, and the guy I bought it from had bought it knowing that and then didn't disclose it when he sold it, that would be very unfortunate. Like, that would just be a very slimy thing for that person to do. Now, let's not jump to conclusions. I'm only saying that out loud here in case it's true. Then there's a little record that I thought about it, and it came to my mind. Okay, one more time. Back to, what are we going to call this guy? Chernobyl? I don't know. It's got reactor towers. I talked a lot between the last two, so none of that. fun. They both sound good. This one's a little fatter, a little chunkier, a little beefier, but this one's a little tighter, a little punchier, a little cleaner. So they both have their merits. They're certainly both good pedals. They certainly both sound amazing. But I certainly didn't get what I paid for. I'm gonna put these other ones away. Oh, and by the way, I know this isn't my thing to do. It's somebody else's, but he has the box. That's for my first one. That's the box from the reactor tower. Oh, and what was that? I just what are you doing here? Get out of here, you silly other unrelated pedal.
It doesn't look like you have an app named Unrelated Pedal. You can search for it in the App Store.
Well, look at that. Well, why don't I have an app called Unrelated Pedal? I feel like I should. I feel like we all should have an app called Unrelated Pedal. Before we proceed with investigating further into what is and isn't original about that pedal, which we're about to do, let's enjoy a sip of Topo Chico. I'm also going to have to, if I can find it, there we go, lay a piece of tape down against the live edge of my workbench, because it is snagging on my knit shirt and driving me mad. I don't want to ruin my shirt. Man. Here's what I'm hoping for. All cards on the table right here, guys. I'm going to approach the seller, obviously, and after we do this video, let's finish taking it apart. Here's where my head is right now. First, I'm going to look and see if it was already sold on Reverb to that guy, and if he should have known or did know and just didn't say anything, because that will take me. What the heck is this? Look at this. All right, more stuff here. Sorry, I'm interrupting my own thoughts because I'm finding more. What is that? Is that pot glued to the pedal? Like, what is this? Right here. What the heck is that? This one too. Almost looks like little pieces of foam were cut out. I don't know what that is. All right, I'm going to see if this guy knowingly bought it, modded, and just didn't disclose that. Because if he did, I will still be reserved in how I approach him. But it might change. Might change how I handle it a little bit. We'll see. If I can't find that out, then I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. If I can't prove that he knew that, oh my gosh, this switch is not original either. Oh, man. I have these parts, some of them. Not the knobs, the pots. I don't have the pots. Nobody has the pots. I have the jacks. I might have the switch. Lost my own train of thought. All right, guys, I'm gonna just take a minute to pause this because I need to use the camera on my phone. Before I take it apart, I want to take some photos. I'm sure you can understand. Thanks. Give me a second. Thanks for bearing with me. I almost forgot to turn the camera back on. All I've done so far is take the nuts and the washers off of the pots, and then this one here. I also noticed while the camera's off, this is a modern replacement switch. So it's like nothing on here is original. Look at that. Mexico. Let's see what else is messed up on here. Okay. Let's first look at these. Well, let's just have a shot of the board. Okay. All right. Those pots are obviously modern CTS pots. Look, modern CTS pots. I have one here. These are the exact same thing. Not what is supposed to be on there. All right. Extra lock washers. Okay, I think the transistors are original. I'm not sure about that ceramic cap there. I don't know if it is or not original. I don't see anything else on here that... What is this ceramic cap? That's probably okay. I don't see anything else on the board that's distinctly unoriginal. What is this stuff on these pots though? Look at that. I think it is foam glued. Oh, it's Velcro. Look at that. Velcro. Well, I mean, it's just like, okay, the pots, all three pots, both jacks, the switch, the power switch and the pedal switch. Now, is this wiring even original? That's a good question next. Yeah. So it's just, there's so much unoriginal on here. I think it's just going back. It would have to be so cheap for me to keep this. Because it needs, like, to replace those three pots you could not find them. I would have to buy. I've tried to find other 1974, 1975, 1973 dated pots of that type, the 100K pots that Electro-Harmonix used in other Electro-Harmonix pedals. Like being willing to buy another pedal to get the pots out of it to restore a big muff like this, and you just can't. Like, they didn't really use them in other stuff, so you'd have to buy another big muff. It's basically just that value's gone. I mean, you're looking at like another big muff is at least $1,000 for pots, so it's just gonna go back, I think. I can't imagine a price that I would keep it at. Sounds good, but it's like, you know, for what $500? I still might have overpaid. Like, I don't know, $500 maybe. But then it would just bug the heck out of me, and then to try and resell it like this, you know, like, hey, you know, 1970 something, because the dates are gone, ram's head with no original parts. Like, who wants that? All right. I'm going to close down again because I got to take some more photos. But I think we'll just close it out. I mean, really, like, I think this is just getting put back together and sent right back on its way to dude. All right. So, well, you know, you guys got to see it. You got to check out the rare insides of a big muff pedal. You don't see that every day. So yeah, I mean, there's something there for you to look at and enjoy, right? All right, guys. Thank you. Sorry it's been a heartbreaker. More for me than you, though. See ya.